Debt forgiveness is one of the most intriguing promises tied to the Nesara proposals. Imagine waking up and discovering your student loans, credit card bills, and even your mortgage had all disappeared. How could something like that even work? Today, we're exploring the concept of debt forgiveness under Nesara, what it means, how it might function, and why it remains a theory rather than a reality. Nesara stands for the National Economic Security and Recovery Act. Drafted in the 1990s by Harvey Francis Barnard, it was designed to reform the U.S. economy. The proposals included eliminating compound interest, replacing the income tax with a national sales tax, and most famously, canceling personal debt. Barnard believed that by restructuring the monetary system, America could escape the endless cycle of debt and inflation. But remember, Nesara was never passed into law. It was a proposal, not an actual policy. So, how would debt forgiveness actually look under Nesara? According to Barnard's vision, loans that charged compound interest would be invalidated. That means if you owed money on a mortgage or credit card, those debts could be reduced or even wiped clean. The idea was to shift the economy away from banks profiting endlessly from interest, and instead create a fairer financial system where money served people, not the other way around. In theory, this would give citizens more disposable income, stimulate the economy, and reduce poverty. If such a policy were implemented, several mechanisms might be used. Debt cancellation by law. Congress could pass legislation that nullifies certain types of loans, making them unenforceable. Government buyout of debt. The government could purchase outstanding debts from banks and lenders, then forgive them. Currency reset. Some Nesara-inspired theories suggest introducing a new monetary system backed by gold or other assets, effectively zeroing out old debts in the transition. Each of these approaches comes with enormous economic challenges, from bank collapses to inflation risks. But they represent the kind of bold changes Nesara supporters often imagine. While the idea of waking up debt-free sounds incredible, it's not that simple. Erasing trillions of dollars in debt would devastate the banking system. Lenders rely on repayments to survive, and wiping out those obligations could cause mass bankruptcies. Critics also argue that debt forgiveness might reward irresponsible borrowing while punishing those who lived within their means. On top of that, the global economy is so interconnected that canceling U.S. debt alone could trigger worldwide financial instability. Despite these challenges, the idea of debt forgiveness continues to attract attention. For millions of people struggling with student loans, medical bills, and rising interest rates, the promise of a clean slate is powerful. It represents hope, fairness, and freedom from financial chains. That's why Nesara-based debt forgiveness still circulates in online discussions. It taps into a universal desire for relief from crushing debt. In reality, Nesara never became law, and debt forgiveness on such a massive scale remains highly unlikely. But studying the idea helps us understand why people crave alternatives to our current financial system. So, what do you think? Would large-scale debt forgiveness help or harm the economy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into big ideas and economic myths.